Hello, gorgeous. Is it coffee? Is it something else? I don't know. So today we're going to be doing a get ready with me for New Year's Eve. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Cat's Eye Beauty. And if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm over 50 years old and I love testing out makeup and skincare products, everything from drugstore to high-end and everything in between. And today it's a good old-fashioned get ready with me for New Year's Eve. I am so excited about this video. I've been planning it for weeks. I've got all the makeup products, which is a blend of high-end as well as drugstore. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, how you doing? I am so ready for New Year's Eve. It's a great time of the year. We've had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you did too. New Year's Eve to me is nowadays is going to the living room and probably watching a football game with my husband. But that doesn't matter. I still like to get dressed up, put on some makeup, even if it's just going to the living room. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with the Milani Supercharged Under Eye Brightening Tint. Now this is in the shade 120 Peach, and I just like to take a little bit in between my fingers to color correct the under eye area here. It's also super hydrating, and it just so helps out that dark discoloration under my eyes. You don't need a lot, so I'm just gonna tap it in. And I love this because it's so hydrating and it just smooths out that under eye area for me. See how it just slightly changes that under eye area? Now what we're gonna do today, since it is New Year's Eve, we are gonna do a full coverage foundation, but we wanna make sure it's nice and dewy and juicy underneath. Let's get bougie. It's New Year's Eve. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm in the shade 2, which is light, and I'm gonna use this as my primer. Since I'm using somewhat of a matte coverage foundation, I want my skin to be glowy and hydrated, and this just has such beautiful glow under the skin. And I'm just gonna tap it on, blend it. And you can also use this as a highlighter on top of your foundation. It's beautiful. I started using this again. I've forgotten how good it is, so I figured, well, I paid for it, might as well use it. Now that I've got a nice glowy complexion, we are gonna go in with foundation, and you're not gonna believe what foundation I'm going to use. It is the CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Light Airbrush Finish 24-hour transfer resistant SPF 18 foundation. You guys, this is only $10, but it provides such beautiful, almost full coverage. And I figured for New Year's Eve, you know, you're going out. If you're going out, it's gonna be a long night. You want your foundation to really last all night. I'm in the shade 810 Classic Ivory. They actually reformulated this, and I was super scared when I tested this out, but it's actually really beautiful. So, and put some on the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna do one pump. I think that's all we need. I'm gonna take it with my fingertips and apply it to the center of my face and then fan it out with my fingertips. Now you can see it's quite full coverage, but it really lasts all day, hence Outlast, and it really provides fantastic coverage. It's beautiful. I like using my fingertips to blend the product, and if it tends to get a little streaky, I just take my dampened beauty sponge from e.l.f. and just tap it in. But since we have the Hollywood Flawless Filter underneath, your skin is still gonna look juicy and hydrated and glowy, and not so flat and matte. But look at the coverage that it offers. It's beautiful. So let's go in on the other side. Woo! Foundation is on. Since this is such a full coverage foundation, I'm gonna go in with a medium coverage foundation. I'm going in with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. This is actually a clean makeup product. I absolutely love Kosas products. That is no surprise here, but I'm gonna take a little bit and just go on the inner corners of my eye. Since that is so full coverage, I just wanna tap a little bit through here and on the outskirts of my eye to bring my eyes lifted up. And this is such a creamy formula. You really have to tap it in well and blend it out. But I find it's such a beautiful consistency. And you really don't need that much, and it just is beautiful on the skin. You want to definitely use a concealer that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual foundation. I think this looks pretty good. Since we have the brightening tint underneath, you need less concealer. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the pointy side of my sponge and just tap that in. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Now, since it is such an emollient concealer, I'm going to go ahead and set it with the Kosas Cloud Setting Powder and just tap it in. And in my T-zone, just like that. Typically, I do put concealer under my nose. I tend to get red under my nose areas, but hello, this foundation actually helps with my redness, so I don't have to apply any additional concealer to conceal that redness. Since I used a matte foundation, I'm going to go in with the Tower 28 Bronzino in West Coast. You guys, this is so beautiful. I talked about it in one of my favorite products of 2021, and all you do is just tap it in, and I like to go a little bit higher on my cheekbone and then around the perimeter of my face just to add a little bit of warmth. Since that foundation is so matte and so flat, I kind of want to put a little bit more dimension into my complexion. Now, I'm not trying to contour with it. I'm basically just adding warmth back because my face is already hollowed out because I am mature. I am 54 years old and we do tend to lose collagen. So I'm just adding a little bit of warmth, but I don't want to contour. And I'm going to go in with my IT Cosmetics from Ulta complexion brush and just tap it in. And I need a little bit more. But see how it just adds just a little bit more warmth. I like to do it in the hairline, right through here. But isn't that pretty? It doesn't add any texture to my already mature skin, and it just lays on the complexion so pretty. Isn't that nice? Beautiful glow. Okay, now for cheeks. I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo. I purchased this earlier this year, and unfortunately, I don't give it any love, but I thought the shade is so pretty. Since it's a special occasion, I wanted to bust it out, and this is Mojave Mauve. I just love this tone. I'm going to take it on a BK 106 brush, tap a little bit on here, and just, ooh, look how pretty that is. By the way, BK Beauty is having a sale on their brushes. I'll go ahead and put the link down below, but I really have been enjoying their brushes. You guys, they're so soft, they're synthetic, they're vegan, and it just makes applying my makeup so much easier. But look how that blush is going on. Are you kidding me? Look how pretty that is. I find, oh my gosh, I need to start using this more often. I kind of like that rosy mauve color. It just looks great on the skin, and when applying it with this brush, super easy peasy, right? Like, you don't want to take an hour to put on your makeup for New Year's Eve. Okay, so blush is on. Well, you know what? I really like this blush. It's so pretty. Okay, so now that I've got my blush on, I'm going to go ahead and prep my eyes for eyeshadow. This is going to be the fun part. We're going to do something different. I know I always shy away from colors, but it's New Year's Eve and I want to look really special, even if it's just for the living room. But I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with, of course, the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Primer. You know this is my holy grail, but I've already primed my eyes with the lid lifting treatment from City Beauty, and we are going to announce the winners, the 3 lucky winners of this lid lifting treatment. You guys, I'm so excited. You guys are gonna love it. I can't wait for you guys to try it. Primer is on. Woohoo! Okay, for eyeshadow, it's going to be a mix, of course, of drugstore and high-end, and I actually washed my brushes. I'm going to go in with the Most Wanted palette, the Color Story Partner in Crime from Milani. And I'm going to go in with this BK brush 201 with this eggshell color and just get it all over the brush and just create a nice little even canvas of my eyelids. Now on the 202, I'm going to go in with this taupey shade through here. I'm just gonna hit right above my crease to add a little bit of dimension and drag it out. I love this eyeshadow palette, you guys. It's all mattes, and I just reach for this palette all the time. It's that good. And it doesn't have so much pigment where it takes you forever to blend it out. It just is seamless, completely seamless. Now that I have my transitional shade there, we are gonna go in to, you guessed it, I've been so excited about using this eyeshadow palette. I've been using it off and on for the last month since I've purchased it. And by the way, Pat McGrath is having her year-end sale 30% off. Ooh, yeah. But we're gonna use this baby right here. Oh my goodness. It has beautiful mattes and lots of nice rosy mattes, but the color story, I think it's beautiful. It has fun pops of colors. I've been playing with it, as you can see. And I'm gonna go in with the 207, this brush through here. And I'm gonna go in with this shade here, almost like a clay color. And I'm just gonna stamp it right on the edge of my eyelashes and take it up. Isn't that beautiful? And you really don't need a lot of product. The pigment is completely gorgeous. I love the formula. It really packs a punch. And with these brushes, you really can create beautiful eyeshadow looks. And I'm just taking it up through there. And I'm taking it across right below my brow bone to carve that out. But I'm not going too crazy. I'm taking the residual on that brush and just taking it in and creating a little bit of more of a transitional shade. Like that. Whatever's left on the brush. You don't want to go in with fresh color because you just want to make it very subtle. Like that. Ooh, yes. Isn't that pretty? Now, I like to use the heat of my finger, and I'm going to go in with this stunning shade. I don't know why. I'm just drawn to this shade. It makes me happy. And let me swatch it for you. I swatched it last night. I was practicing last night, different looks. And this is just so stunning. It looks so rich, so luxurious. And the shade is called Gold Galaxy. And I think it's perfect for New Year's Eve. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna just tap it on to the eyelid. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at that. So stunning. It's like a sunburst. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when you apply it wet. It is bananas how it looks when applied wet. If you moisten it in the pan, look how it almost turns duochrome. I just moistened it a little bit. And it's so reflective. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I prefer getting it a little bit damp and then just tapping it on. If you want like that duochrome shine and you want it to look like glass, I think that's the way to go. But look how pretty that is. So now I'm going to go in with the 204 and I'm going to go in with that same shade right through here that we did our transitional shade. And I'm just gonna hit the outer skirts of my eye like that, just to connect it through there. Should we do a wing? I think we should do a wing. We should definitely do a wing. I'm gonna take the 208, the small angular brush like this, look how tiny that is, and spritz it with my setting spray. And I'm gonna go in with this stunning midnight color. It does have glitter in it, so I don't wanna have any fallout. And that's why I'm gonna pack it on there on the 208. And I'm gonna go across my lash line and create a tiny wing. And I'm just hitting it on the outskirts of my eye, right through there, right at the lash line. And I'm going straight across because I don't want to follow my natural lash line, otherwise it'll droop. Just like that. Very, very subtle. Super easy. And now for the other eye. And I'm hitting right where that brown color is. And using this brush is absolutely going to help you apply your eyeliner when you're using eyeshadow. I love using eyeshadow for an eyeliner. It's just so much easier. You have better control. Like that. I'm going to go back into Noir Moon. Oh, stunning Noir Moon, which means noir means black, I think, in French. I took 2 years of French. Didn't do very well though. And I'm going to draw a slight little wing. A baby wing. Like that. And the other side. You don't have to do a wing. I just want to do a slight baby wing for a little bit of drama. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do my lower lash line right under the lashes where it's hitting. And then just like that. Now I'm going to go in with this shade through here on the inner corner and just pop that in there. And then bring it up. Now I've got a little bit of fallout, but I'm not worried because we are going to brush it off. I'm going to take a little bit more of that Galactic Glow and then pop it on under the brow bone. I'm not afraid of glitter this time. I am not afraid of glitter, and you shouldn't be either because it's New Year's Eve. Speaking of it being New Year's Eve, do you have any interesting New Year's Eve traditions? In case you didn't know, both my parents are from the Philippines, so I'm Filipina, and one of our traditions at midnight, this is so fun. I don't know, it's kind of goofy, but it makes sense to me. One of our Filipino traditions is at the stroke of midnight, if you're wearing pants, and I'm normally wearing pants or maybe a dress or a coat, you have all your pocket change in your pockets. When the clock strikes midnight, you put your hands in your pocket and you shake your pockets and jingle the change. That means you're supposed to have a good year for money. So I know that sounds kind of strange, but my parents always taught me that at midnight, you put your hands in your pocket, you jiggle the change when the clock strikes 12, and you're supposed to have a good year financially. So I thought that was super interesting, and I wanted to share that with you. And, but yeah, the eyeshadow look is on. I think it looks really, really nice, but we are gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara. Mascara is on. Holy smokes, love this mascara. It's from Rare Beauty. It is the Universal Strokes Volumizing Mascara. I tell you what, it is my holy grail. I mentioned it in my last video, and I'm just combing it out and making sure all my eyelashes are going in the same direction and not crossing over. Wayne Goss hack that I've actually been using. I know I kind of dissed him in that video of the Wayne Goss mascara hack, but it actually really works. So yes, thank you, Mr. Goss. Now that I have my eyes on, we are gonna go back over through my brows with the Kosas Air Brow Gel. This is a clean vegan formula. It's also formulated with ingredients to help promote the growth of your eyebrows. And I like just going back over my eyebrows with this brow gel just to add more volume to my brows. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with the Danessa Myricks Dew Wet Highlighting Balm. I'm in the shade Morning Glow, and oh my gosh, it looks white, but once it's on the skin, it is so balmy. And since like I said, since we're wearing such a matte foundation, I'm just gonna tap this in. And I love this because it just looks like morning dew. It looks like it's going on silver, but for some reason, it just transforms on the skin. If you have drier skin, you will absolutely love this formula. It's more hydrating than my favorite, the Flower Beauty Highlighting Glaze, but this is just so stunning on the skin. I just wanted to do something a little extra special for New Year's Eve. And yeah, let's go ahead and put some here. Ooh, and then through there. Okay, now for lipstick. You know I have been loving the Milani Color Fetish Matte Lipsticks, a nude collection. They just came out with the Flora collection, which is a bunch of beautiful spring shades. I picked up the shade Poppy, and it is the most stunning shade of red. And I think it's fantastic for New Year's Eve. Now, if it's the same formula, which I think it is, as they used in the nude collection, we are in such great shape. That lipstick wore off gracefully. It had fantastic pigment. Remember, it's just one stroke and you get the pigment. I think it's the most stunning crimson red, and I thought this would be beautiful for New Year's Eve. You know, you got to make it through all the champagne, Prosecco, coffee. This is the most stunning red I have tried all year. It feels so high end. It retails for $8.99. The Flora collection just came out. I think I ordered it from Milani. In fact, Milani is having a 25% off sale off their site. This is absolutely stunning. It is the perfect blue-red in my opinion. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. I think this looks amazing. Are you kidding me? We are ready for New Year's Eve. I think this is a beautiful look. You've got an elegant eye, a slight wing, a crimson lip. I'm ready to ring in the new year. But what do you think? So if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and letting me share my get ready with me for New Year's Eve. I wish you nothing but the best for the year 2022. It's going to be an exciting year. I look forward to chatting with you down in the comments section below. Let me know what is one of your favorite New Year's Eve traditions. I would love to know. And congratulations again to the winners for the City Beauty lid lifting treatment. I hope you love it as much as I do. So congratulations. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love it if you would be a part of our family. And in case you want to hang out a little bit longer and check out some foundation reviews, check out the playlist down here. And for skincare reviews, check out the playlist over here. But for now, mahal kita, I love you, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.